Sunday, May 14th. What does it have to do with the goodness of God? It has everything to do with it on how He used animals to show us that He can use them to encourage us also that He can use His creation to talk to us. God has shown me over the years, like the time He allowed me to hear His creation worshiping Him, singing to a very nice song that I was singing along to on the Shekinah Connection radio app, which is discontinued. It went out of business for some odd reason. It was pulled off the Play Store. Anyways, and this song every time I played it was more than every single time. And it was a lady that sang some song, I don't remember what it was, but it was awesome. Okay. And every time it came on, the more anointed it was. And this particular day, I was walking to the Foster Golf Course and back, and I got on the road to the golf course, and then I got past the park when the song began to play, and I was singing loudly to the song, and I heard other voices sing along. And at that time, I began to realize what God meant in His Word, that if we don't cry out, the rocks will cry out, and how I knew what God meant. By that is when I noticed the wind, the trees, the rocks, the gravel, the water, the birds, the plants, etc. were all singing. Oh, and even the breeze was singing. You could hear the wind singing. It sounded very harmonious, very heavenly. And did this for over 3 hours. And let me point to the direction, actually, where I was. So, I'm going to flip the camera around if I know how to do this. And sorry, I couldn't turn my camera on. I'm using a really old, obsolete phone. And it went for over 3 hours. And the goodness God was shown to the world when Jesus came to this earth to be the ultimate sacrifice to the world and to save it. Jesus Christ came to show us that and to teach the things of His Father in heaven. He took on the sins of this world. He was whipped and beaten and bruised for us, and He was nailed on the cross for us to take away the sting of death. And He rose on the third day. And He gave us a gift when He left to sit at the right hand of His Father. And the gift, which was and is the Holy Spirit. And that will conclude part 2.